Greetings and salutations. Merry Christmas to you all. We're headed for the new year. Cool. Hey, just wanted to take a little step beyond this. Okay, so what we have here is, well, maybe you can see, but this is a little faded out. So what we did here is we took 3200, walked it all the way up to 12,000. Okay, you might end up doing this with this build that we were talking about, restoring with the faded paint. Okay, this is the base that we use. This is made by Scratch-X from our favorite company. Here, I'll let you see it. You got that? All right. And that's it. Bounce your hand off of it too, you idiot. You know, this stuff just does wonders. It really does. Good old Meguiar's, where would we be without it? And once again, this is the method that we use with achieving the ultimate finish. Okay? And it works, kids. Believe me. Just have to be patient with it. And once again, we're using 100% flannel. Somebody just wrecked the atmosphere. Oh, jeez, oh man. Okay, kids. Now, one thing about this, let's see, 4x6 from Micromark. Okay, cut it up into 3/4 inch squares. Okay, wet sand it, starting with 3200, work your way up to 12,000. Okay, this is what you end up with. Now this still has to be polished out a little bit more and everything else like that. I'm going to find places where I'm going to have to go back over and do a little sanding. Okay, but the ultimate finish is what's going to save your ass on this one too. Because if you follow each of those steps as I laid out in the video, or the DVD, I should say, this is what you're going to end up with every single time. You sneezing or coughing, or you just losing your mind? Which one is it? So anyways, should you reach a point where you can't do this, then what you're going to have to do, you're going to have to get that 2-gallon freezer bag, fill it up with water, put your entire build in there, and put it in the freezer for 24 to 36 hours. And what that will do, especially if you use super glue to build it with, that will pop all the joints, it'll come all apart. Another thing too, should you have where you've got your decals aren't exactly what you want them to be, maybe they're peeling a little bit, because hey, let's face it, we're talking about a build from 20, maybe 30 years ago. Stick to, as we showed on a video, oh, that was a while ago, huh? Yeah, that was a while ago. Stick it on there, pull it off. You might have to stick it a couple times, okay? And it'll pull it. It'll pull the video, or yeah, pull the video. See what I mean? It will pull all of what you want removed, just a couple sticks, and then what you need to do, you might end up just being able to polish it out with the novice too to get it off, and then all you have to do is put your decals back on and you're in the house. Now let's go back to what I was just talking about. You put it in there, you let it sit in the freezer, and that'll pop all the parts apart. If you used, well, even if you use the old Testors glue, a lot of times it'll pop it. You might have to do a little bit of thinning in an area here where it meets the frame if you use the old Testors. But if you go back and forth a couple times and you back score it with one of these babies, the number 11s, that will open it up, and that'll allow it that pressure to get in there, pull and pop it apart. And that way you save yourself. I would have to say that the higher percentage is in your favor with this. It really is. Especially if you were, and like this gentleman said, 20, 30 years ago, he was probably using a lot of the super glues rather than the tried and true Testors glue. This will help you restore your cars. It really will. And also, even if you end up having to go and have it all pop apart, a lot of these cars, if they're 20, 30 years old, they're vintage, or in some cases, they're antiques. And it's nice to be able to restore them, and also all of what you've collected up here to apply to here when it comes to restoring it and building it again. So
what you're talking, popping it in the freezer is when the polishing won't touch it.
Right.
When you're getting to the point where you have to break the car apart, toss it in the stripper,
correct.
painter.
Yep.
Basically rebuilding it.
Yep.
Just making it so you can
And it's well worth it.
Oh, absolutely. Like
because
you said,
you're getting a vintage car, and with your noggin
plastic
full of a whole lot of education that you didn't have back when we were young kids. So there's nothing wrong with it. I know guys that buy nothing but the old vintage kits that have been built, and this is what they do.
Yeah.
This is how they take them apart.
Well, like you said, the way this new plastic is, I mean, having that old plastic with the earlier molds and the better, hopefully, detail.
Absolutely. And also, you can take that particular body, strip it down and everything, and then you can jump it up with the Testors new and improved model kits, and just combine it.
Yeah.
Or you can kit bash it. Sky's the limit here. You just got to use the noggin, and you got to set yourself a point that you want to go towards, and just continue to do so. So, until the next time, it will be New Year's. Wow. Time's flying when you're having a good time. So, y'all have a wonderful New Year's. God bless. To you and your families from Linwood Custom Painting. So we will see you next Friday. Y'all take care. God bless. It's your old man and Jake. We're out.